You know, when the cast of Suits rocked up to the royal wedding in 2018, people were kind of, excited. Here was, of course, the co-stars of the future Duchess of Sussex's show, and seemingly this added up for the lack of real family members. As many people know, of course, it was just her mother sitting alone in a pew, ably assisted by the Prince of Wales, then was now King Charles, who was offering a lot of support on the day, but seemingly Doriot wasn't that fussed about that either. A little bit like an ungrateful daughter, many people said, who did resist the fact that Charles could have walked her all the way to the altar, but no, she wanted to be an independent woman and dump him halfway, just exploit him for the picture and then dump him halfway. And many people truly picked up on that, including our late monarch. But what's fascinating now is about this, because if you think about it, a few months back, Meghan gushed on the carpet, didn't she, of that award show, basically saying, oh, I was in several seasons of Suits. Yes, I understand it. The only thing she's ever achieved. Nobody mentions anything else because there literally isn't anything else. Meghan likes to rock up, of course, the fake soap story about how she changed the world with one bottle of washing up liquid with another, that type of thing. But now what's really emerging behind the scenes as this particular show comes back is, while some stars, and I use that term loosely, of the show, liked her, many others didn't. And here's the reason why. Let me explain. Hi, good morning. Thank you so much as ever for joining me. And by the way, thank you for enjoying this story regarding, of course, the brilliant entertainer Max Bygraves, Judy Garland, Abbott and Costello. It's always lovely to find those gems of stories and share them with you, because you realise that these are a lot of people. When I asked around the office, nobody had heard of Abbott and Costello. Nobody knew about Max Bygraves. And wanted to, Judy who? And you do come away thinking you've never heard of these people. And yet these are the people that allegedly are now our entertainment writers, moving forward. Frightening to think, isn't it? It's a little bit like this particular story, because as I said, when Meghan was caught on the red carpet, if you remember, she said her husband was truly enjoying the, how shall we put it nicely, move into the entertainment world after being a professional royal. And nobody really bought that, did they? Apparently there were several projects on the go. She couldn't wait to share them with us. And what we have are two very lame, dusted things, polo and cooking, which we've yet to see the light of many months later. How long does it take to make a show? I think that's what Netflix would now think. I think really a lot of people believe this, that they are grifters, They like the money but don't actually want to put in the work. Many people suspect, and many staff members I've spoken to behind the scenes said, there's nothing to do all day. They're left literally cruising the internet, tapping into Google to pass the time away because they don't have set jobs. Fascinating how this works. Of course, it's their money and they can waste it however they want. But behind the scenes, as this reboot of Suits comes along, there's a bigger picture, because most of the, and as ever we have to say allegedly female stars of that show, are not big fans of Meghan Markle. But you would say, why did they turn up for the wedding? They're actresses, they want publicity. It was a world stage, lots of cameras, they might get some work from it. It's something to talk about in a chat show. Apparently one of the real reasons why Meghan really turned off a lot of her co-stars wasn't the fact that suddenly she elevated herself by hooking a prince and suddenly, becoming a little bit more diva-dom, shall we say, behind the scenes during her final stints on Suits. But it really was the way she treated this man. That's right, Trevor, the first husband, some say. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because, she apparently was less than, nice about the end of the marriage. And many people thought Trevor was a nice man, very down-to-earth, sweet, easygoing guy that perhaps would have made very, very strong husband material. But not for Meghan, of course. She had bigger fish to fry. So consequently, when, she very famously sent the wedding bands back and all that sort of stuff in an envelope and demanded the magic mixer or whatever, a lot of people behind the scenes were appalled. Of course, you might say, well, as I said, they turned up to the wedding. Just because they worked with her didn't mean they liked her. They saw the bigger picture of publicity. But now, of course, she's cut them off, they've cut her off, and they're not in the WhatsApp group. Many are becoming very loose-tongued. And that could be the reason, truly, why now more people have more sympathy for Trevor than ever for Meghan. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.